Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 533. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinside.
Ahoy!
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 533 of the Moviecast. Woo! Guys, well, I'm not going to lie. First of all, podcast audio issues aside, last episode, we had a great discussion about WandaVision, which, if you guys have seen that on YouTube or, there's no audio, it will be fixed when you're hearing this already. So go back and listen to it. We had some good conversations. We didn't catch the audio issue until Sunday, and I just forgot to fix it at that point, unfortunately. Sorry. So I'll be fixing it tonight. But anyways, welcome to 533 of the Moviecast, and it is another episode of WandaVision in the books. But otherwise, I'd like to kick it off with what we've been up to because, guys, I'm trying not to overhype the show, but I strongly recommend Ted Lasso. Like, strongly. Okay? All of you. Like Mike included, and watch with Ashley.
I'm never going to get Apple TV. Sorry.
Oh, I know, but you probably have it for free. Like, they've given it away for free so many times, and I binged it in one night. Like, I started watching it at that worst decision ever. Apparently, when I started watching, I'm like, I keep hearing about how good the show is, so I'm like, let me just watch it. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Next thing I know, it's like 2 a.m, and I'm like, Jesus. I guess I got to keep going. So I just kept going. And I watched the whole thing. And I think I left 2 episodes for the morning, finally, when I woke up the next day. And I woke up and watched the last 2 episodes. And I absolutely love the show. It's by the creator of Scrubs. Mm-hmm. But it's not like it's basically about a guy who gets called in to coach a British soccer team who's never coached before in his life. He's coached football teams in America, so he's a Yankee, and they call him that. Actually, they call him Wanker quite a bit. But it's such good comedy, but there's also such good story, like a great balance. That's what you got with Scrubs, if you remember right. So you get that like drama sort of stuff, but you still get it really lightly. You get it like sewn in quite nicely, and yeah, it's a great show. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to give up any, even like the littlest things. I don't want to give spoilers because I really enjoyed it. I can just say that like it's one of my favorite shows I've seen instantly. Like it's that good. I really enjoyed it. I cannot wait for season 2. I loved it that much.
I remember the promos for it.
Yeah, who was the star of that? It's someone we know, right?
Jason
Sudeikis. Yeah, Sudeikis.
Yeah, okay.
His assistant is amazing. The guy who plays him, I don't even know who plays him. And then Nate.
We'll call it the assistant to the.
Yeah. The assistant, I can tell you that because it's not very major storyline stuff. He loves playing chess, and you can see he's like the real brains behind the situation. Mm-hmm. Like he knows what he's doing with play calling and stuff. Even if it's football to soccer or
right,
you know what I mean. Like he's very good with like learning and studying. And then Lasso's is like. He's like that guy who is the charisma's. If you have to go like 0 to 20, his charisma's a 40. He's wearing like plus gear and everything. Like he's like that guy. Like he's so good at talking to people. Like everybody loves him. Even if you hate him, you end up loving him. So that's the charm of the character, and it's really good. It's really good. So
nice.
I watched that.
Have to check it out.
Yeah, and then WandaVision I watched, obviously, which we'll get to in a minute. But Mike, what have you been watching? Anything?
Just WandaVision.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you checked anything else. Tony?
I think I mentioned it before. There's an anime series called The Great Pretenders. Doing a couple more episodes of that. Yeah.
Is that the Gurren Lagann group?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I watched. I did watch Promare. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. I did watch it. That's the Gurren Lagann guys.
How was it?
That was awesome. It's a visual spectacle, really. I mean, if you liked either or Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill, you'll like this.
Okay. I like both of those, so yeah, I'll be
that's a movie though, right? It's not a series.
Yeah, it's a movie.
That's
so it's like
that's what I messed up. I was looking for a series in HBO. It's HBO Max, right? It's in. So because you mentioned it, and I was like, I had some free time the other night, and I was like, I'm gonna look for it. So I was looking for it, and I'm looking in the series section. I'm like, where is this thing that they created? I don't even know what it's called. But I was looking. I figured it would come up right away, but it's in the movies. Okay, all right.
Yep. So that was good. And then The Great Pretender, just like I said, just kind of Ocean's 11, con artist, whatever stuff like that. So that's always interesting. They have some good twists and interesting characters stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I've been watching.
Okay, Corey.
Well, WandaVision, obviously, but then I did check out Lupin on Netflix, which was pretty good. Watched the entire series. It's only like 5 episodes, I should say, I think. But I do like, talking about The Great Pretenders and just like, Ocean's 11 and the smart thief or whatever. The Lupin is like, Lupin guy is like the gentleman's burglar or whatever. And so he's just always ahead of the game, always ahead of the curve, and just always has a way out, essentially. And every time you think it's going to go wrong for him, that's actually why he's doing that on purpose, kind of stuff. So this guy, that's his like idol, is this character, and so he like models himself after it, and basically uses a lot of the similar things that he sees in the books or read it from the books for part of his, but just modernizes it for his whole schemes and stuff. And so it was interesting. It was fun, smart crime burglary type of thing. It was kind of cool. I was looking for that. So that was good. And I actually watched some anime as well. I watched the Chivalry of a Failed Knight again, because I really like that show. I think it's kind of like a little too much of like the romancy like trope stuff, where like this, you have a strong female character, but then she's all like gooey and stupid around the main character. That's kind of annoying, but I think the idea of it's really cool. Just these kids who have abilities and magic, essentially, and they battle each other to become the best in their school, so they can go fight at the main tournament, like the nationals, essentially. And the main character essentially doesn't have any magic, and so he has to do everything by skill alone. It's basically is what it comes down to. And I just think the end battle in that show is just one of the best, even though it's like nothing really happens. It's just really cool how it all leads up to that point.
Cool.
So yeah, watch that, and then obviously we'll talk about WandaVision, I'm so sure.
Yeah, so we'll get into WandaVision, and those listening, we like to talk spoilers here, so I will tag this in YouTube. Last week you didn't have to worry, because you know what's weird is I tagged it. I think I did tag the spoilers.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Spoilers for like 20 minutes.
Oh, no, you know what I did is I tagged it based off of the mixing. When I was mixing it in iMovie, I listened to that and I tagged it in the description when I was typing it out. So I never listened to it online, or else I would have caught that problem right away. This was the first time I did that, because I was like, I'm just going to do the description beforehand and just tag the number, because usually I let it post and then I do it, but I didn't want anybody to get spoilers this time, so I did it beforehand. But again, guys, we're going to talk WandaVision episode 7. Are we on 7 or 6?
I don't know
6?
that far.
6.
Yeah, I don't know. We're on 6 now. Episode 6. Yes.
Wasn't this
So,
like the
guys,
5th episode?
Oh, maybe it's
No, this was 6. There's no question this was 6. At least there may be 7.
No.
5th was when he showed up, when Quicksilver showed up.
Yeah, this is the one right now. 5th
Yeah,
one.
So it's
6.
6. So it's 6 then. Well, the last few episodes are going to be an hour long. They said also.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That's cool. So, guys, yeah, what an episode. I gotta say, I love the Kick-Ass references, by the way, in this episode. At first I never even put it together. Like, for some,
That's
I
both
love
of
that
them?
those two movies. Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute, it is both of them. But what's his name?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Not him. I don't compared
Evan
to
Peters.
Evan Peters is by far the superior Quicksilver.
Well, Evan
by
Peters
far.
is the one we have. That's the
What?
one you like. The one we got. Evan Peters is the guy you like better from the X-Men movies.
Yes. He's
Okay.
clearly the better. Yes, he's clearly the better Quicksilver. I mean,
we
just
only
love
got
his-
like
The other guy we got, we
Okay.
had like no experience with him really.
Yeah.
he was-
Well, I
he was-
know, but
The other guy was there to die.
he was too serious. This guy's great. This guy's the uncle. He's so good
I
in
mean,
this
yeah,
episode.
he has a character. Yeah.
And he was like that in the movies. In the Fox movies, he was that good. You know, he was that. He stole the show in that first appearance from
he
him.
got good moments for sure.
I think he stole the show from that movie. I think he was the best part of that. Like, that was the best part of that movie.
Which one?
The first Quicksilver.
Like I said, he had the best moments for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that sequence was great. When he's in the room with Magneto and Xavier and he has to move the bolts around, and so good. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so I just like love that thing. But now this was Malcolm in the Middle episode. If I
like early 2000s, late 90s style.
I don't remember being that cringy, but I guess it was.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, they probably went a little over the top, Mike. But
I know, but what threw me off is it's the kids starting the narration who we have no attachment to. We don't even know. Did they de-age again or not? I'm confused.
No.
Was this how old they were the last time we saw them?
Yeah.
Okay. They're just completely unrecognizable characters to me. So
no.
I don't know. I don't need them.
I do love the I love the original costumes showing up in this as Halloween costumes. I think that was just so funny how they did that.
Even the kids got like Wiccan got his costume.
I do kind of wish we didn't see these already in all the promotional material, but it was still cool.
I didn't see Quicksilver's because he was a mystery, and he actually had and he put his hair up and everything like that. I thought it was really hilarious that they did all that. So, but I just love his influence on the kids. Like when they're doing the neighborhood watch and they're stealing all the candy and then smashing pumpkins, and I'm just like, this is great. I don't know. I really enjoyed his character quite a bit in this episode.
Was it odd that he said everything before it happened and then you watch it happen?
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned in Discord, Jim, that you said this wasn't as impactful as the prior episode.
No, it wasn't, because he was there already. I think him showing up at the end of that episode was like, holy crap.
I do think
bring the Fox universe in place.
They walked back a little bit of what that promised in a sense, and maybe it's misdirection, but because clearly, like, the way they're treating it now is like, oh, it is just, he just looks different. It's still this Quicksilver, which
I don't think so at all. That's why I think that's why this episode to me was way more impactful.
I didn't get any of that. Like he's got the similar memories, but they're from different. Like,
he knows things that universes. He should not be able to know.
He's clearly from outside of her influence a little bit, but he also, like, when he turns into like the dead version of him, like, I think that means like, okay, this is supposed to really be that one. Like, I don't know.
They're not going to just recast and just wipe away the other actor. Like, there's a reason this guy's here.
Sure, I guess. Like I said, it could be misdirection, but you didn't get the sense that they were going that direction with anything he said or how they presented it at all.
See, okay, well, so for me, the last episode, you had this crazy cool cameo cliffhanger-ish ending of an episode. It was awesome. I mean, the entire episode was fine, and then you had that moment, which is great. But I don't think that outweighs all the stuff we learn in this episode or questions that get raised in this episode.
Yeah, I mean,
because of things that we now know.
I get your point. Like the ending of the episode with her expanding things and the tease of awakening something inside of Monica. Maybe not awakening, but changing things.
Right, and then. Also, you learn. You have Vision leaving and then having to come back, and then you have all these people that are just in these loops that are just trapped in these loops. And where did all these kids come from now? Like, this is all for the children, right? And where were the children before? Now there's these children here, and what does that all mean? These people, like, what's going on with these people? So we're learning more now. We're getting, we've obviously, like you said, we've expanded this hex area. She's made it go beyond where it was before, and all these other people are now trapped in there with her, and what that means. And obviously then you have Evan Peters' character and them asking certain questions, her testing him and him asking her things, and him remembering things that he could not have remembered if he was actually the character from the Marvel universe, like saying, oh, your dead husband can't die again, which he did die twice already.
But after you were already dead.
But he was dead at that point. And so, like, things like that, like, there's just a lot